Hey heroes, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. We're playing some No Man's Sky today. My friend Fallen had told me to get back into the game because it apparently changed and there was a lot that has happened to the game. And I played this game initially when it came out, like how many years ago? Like I think 9 years ago. And I found it was empty. It was empty, and if you thought Starfield was empty, this game was far more. There's far less things to do in that game. So I came back a year later, still not enough for me, and then I come back, 9 years later, and this has basically become an MMO. So today I'm just going to show you some things that you can do in No Man's Sky. Let's go over all the things you can do technically. So we're going to press escape. We're going to go to our log. There's lots of things you can do, and technically, there are 3 primary missions or primary campaigns that you can follow through. This has a story attached to it. I've done a bit of it, but not a lot. I got wrapped up by the billions of different secondary missions, including there's a secondary mission where every single planet that you explore in the galaxy, you can explore and discover all the life forms, all the fauna, which is plant life, and all the minerals, all the rocks and stuff like that. You got to scan them all. Whenever you scan anything on the planet, you earn some money, and then you can trade it in for some additional types of currencies. I have this one over here where it's encouraging me to find probably a water planet, and then to make an underwater base, and I actually want to do that. I'm not going to do that today because it'll take too much time, but maybe in the future I can show you an underwater base that I've made, but I'll have to figure that out. I'll also have to add something to my ship to be able to do that. There's something here. There's always this one right here where the base archives encourages you to It basically is a tutorial. It teaches you how to play the game, and it gives you blueprints to various things to craft in the game that makes your life easier and expands the different things you can do. So, and once you're kind of done that storyline, it basically keeps giving you random missions, giving you more blueprints that you can learn. You could always buy those blueprints with the currency that you earn in the game, but this is one way to do it for free. And then this is something here. One of the very cool things is that we can become an overseer to a settlement. So I'm going to go to it right now, and I think you become overseer to multiple settlements. You basically save them from a Cylon-ish type of attack, and then what's it called? And then you help upgrade the town. You make buildings, you make decisions. Like they have a decision for me here. So I'm going to be going to... Wait, I don't think this is even it. I don't think I selected the right thing. No. So I'm going to select your settlement. So as you can see here, this is the teleporter to a player hub. And as you can see, it has... we can take a look at some really cool player designs, but that's not what we're about today. But that's something you can do. You can go to other players' bases. Usually you can't mess around with it unless they've given you permission, and you can explore, see how they've designed, what their setup is, and just there's a lot of creativity that goes into this game, similar to Minecraft. But we're gonna go to what's called Zenope Ford, and this is the name of the world where my settlement is. So it tells you a lot of things about the planet. It's a high energy planet, and the game is kind of stuttering a bit for me, but it's an unstable atmosphere. Sentinels, which are like the hostile Cylons, are spread thin, so there's not too many. The flora is ample, the fauna is average. So let's go ahead and teleport to this place. Okay, so here we are. And if you're wondering, I'm playing in third-person view, which I like because it allows me to look around easier. But if you don't like that, you can always switch the point of view. So I can go to first person, which I like using this when I'm doing kind of like a space dungeon. There's a space dungeon in this game, space activity, and it's better in first person, I think. Anyways, so this is my overseer office, and we were going to go to the terminal. And then we're going to view this. I'm going to show you the status first before we start doing anything. So as you can see, our population is 28 out of 100. We are very happy. We are more productive than our maintenance. So when you usually get or become an overseer to a settlement, usually the maintenance costs is far higher than the productivity, meaning that you're actually incurring a debt. And the goal is obviously to make your settlement productive so that they can start paying back that debt, and then they will actually start crafting two things of your choice. So I have it crafting semiconductors worth $320,000 every day, and then I have it also making glass, which is a hassle for me to make. I have a production plant which I'll show you, but I prefer them just to do it. But all I have to do is click on it, and I can change it. I can change it to a vast variety of different things, including plants. I might actually do some of that. Maybe I should do this. 165. This is better. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this because you need frost crystals to make glass. So I'm going to change the glass to. What if I could have double frost crystal? We can have double frost crystals. That's pretty cool. I need to check to see what kelp sacks do. Let's see. Nitrogen. Let's go do the double frost crystal so I can make glass. And then whenever you usually make decisions, which we're going to see in a moment, there will be different what's it called? There will be different features of your planet. So let me just turn off my phone because my phone is dinging. Nope. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, what's the good things about this settlement is the green, and the bad things are the red. And what I should have paid closer attention to was the gravitational anomalies, occasional population loss. I would have a huge population, I think, if not for this gravitational anomaly. And one thing I don't know is how much population matters in this game. Is this affecting my productivity? Could I be way more productive if I had more people? It makes sense, but I don't know. But as you can see, a lot of my choices I picked have added positive things to my settlement, such as increased happiness, increased productivity, decreased maintenance costs, and so forth. So let's go ahead and handle the policy decision. So policy decision. Several new research opportunities have arisen, but our resident philosophers are divided. Should we support those who favor developing new industrial technology or direct funding to overhauling our maintenance systems? So it's usually a this or that choice. Sometimes there's four choices though, and in this instance, it tells you if I select to research industrial tech, we gain more productivity. If we research maintenance tech, we decrease maintenance. Technically, I think this is just better in general. Like instead of saving 31,000, we make 81,000. That makes sense. I don't know whether these actually make an impact. Maybe this has an impact down the road. Not too sure. But we're going to select the thing that gives us more productivity. There we go. So we've done that. And did that add something here? Let's take a look. No, it did not add anything to here, but that's okay. So that is that. Let me walk around this settlement of mine. It is not a very nice planet. Let's see. We are on this planet here, Icoma 34M8, and basically this is an unstable atmosphere, but it looks kind of there's some radioactivity on this planet. I've discovered 6 flora, 5 out of 6 fauna, and the game encourages you to scan, which I will show you in a second. If you scan all the animals of a planet, not flora, not minerals, but specifically fauna, you can get a massive buff or a massive increase or one-time payment of a type of currency. So let me just show you around. Nothing special. We can't do anything in these buildings. We can go kind of talk to people, though they don't really do very much. But what I've been doing, and I've been running out of things to do, is you can interact with each building, and then you can take a look at the stats, which is like how many residents it has, how much productivity it provides, happiness, and so forth. But sometimes, if they're not S class, which is the highest class, S, A, B, C, you can upgrade it. So I think I haven't upgraded this one. This is the B class Omni processor plant. Provides quite a bit of productivity, but I need to make it to upgrade it to an A class building. I need 3 superconducting fiber, which, hey, I actually found through my travels. So I'm actually going to go spend it, and as you can see, some construction materials have gone up, and this is in progress of upgrading, and it'll do it on its own. I don't have to do anything else, and in 60 minutes I can come back to this building and it'll be upgraded, and the stats will be increased, probably productivity, probably happiness, and yeah. And that is real-time minutes. I can now close the computer, or close the program and come back to it, and I can close it and come back in an hour, and it'll be done. So I like that. So let's talk about scanning, since I talked about that. As you can see, there is walking, there is sprinting, there is your hover, or your jetpack, which you get right off at the start of the game, which I like. This is the planet. There are some things we need to track in the bottom left, though. In the bottom left, we are tracking the hazard and our oxygen, I guess you can say. So it's slowly going down, but there are storms that can decrease the bar quicker. Very easy to heal. I press X, and then I select recharge equipment, and I can recharge this, and all it costs a little bit of uranium. I have more than 1,000 on me, so as you can see, the bar is going back up. Same thing with my oxygen. Let me go. It's my life support. So life support only needs oxygen. I have more than 1,000, so I'm good. I'm turning on this is your visor that you use to scan, and it tells you what is around you. So like there's an animal over there, and there are different points of interest on the map, tons. So there's a floating crystal over there, which we could probably take a look, and I can tag it. And there's gamma weeds, grawberries, there's damaged machinery, which is kind of like random loot. We got buried technology, which is kind of used for unlocking blueprints, and we got some resource deposits over there, sodium, but I don't care about sodium. I have tons of it. So I'm gonna go fly over to the floating crystal. The bottom right is tracking how much what's it called, how much jetpack I have left, and if I ever do get injured, like I'll show you getting injured, because there is fall damage. Up left. So I did hurt myself. Great thing about this game is there's no broken or fractures, that kind of stuff. You just get injured over time. You'll heal up. I forget what all those extra what's it called, plus symbols are, health symbols are. But anyways, let's talk about gathering materials. You have a multi-tool right here. So multi-tool is what it sounds like. It's an item that does multiple things. In this game, it can basically mine, do terraforming, or act as a weapon and a scanner. It does like everything. This is the base. This one right here. Which one is it? This is the base item, and base item. Basically anything without a symbol in the top left. So basically I have a scanner, and these are the scanner upgrades I have attached to it, which gives an adjacency bonus. Probably not done right though. And then I have my mining laser with all the mining upgrades next to it. And then I have my main weapon, which is kind of like an SMG shotgun type of thing, the pulse splitter, once again with all the upgrades to it. So I'm going to use my multi-tool in mining mode, and I'm going to mine this floating crystal, which should give me some glowing minerals, which when I open it up, it'll give me some advanced type of resource. So there we go. So if I open up my inventory now, my exosuit, in the bottom area tracks your inventory. As you can see, I'm carrying a lot, and when you start the game, I think you'll only have maybe 3, maybe 4 rows. I think actually only 3 rows. And as you can see, I'm more than 3 rows, and I'm technically light. I haven't really been collecting too much, and I've already filled up 4 rows. 4 rows. I'm on my 5th row, but there are whenever you go to a space station on almost any system, there's a place where you can pay to upgrade your exosuit. You can upgrade the technology area where you add technologies to it, or to your cargo, so you can hold this your backpack. Basically, your exosuit is your backpack. So as you can see, I've upgraded it quite a bit, and I just keep going. And I don't know whether there's a limit, but it's a crazy amount. Excuse me. Just like the multi-tool, the exosuit has lots of technology slots. As you can see, I have not just 3 rows, I have four full rows. I think I might be able to keep upgrading. Yeah, because there's a spot here that got upgraded or added. So yeah, I have stuff that provides different types of protection: radiation, thermal, toxic, and cold, which are the main types of hazards. I have upgrades to my my rocket pack, or my jetpack. I have things to allow me to mine better. But that's enough of that. So that was mining, and here's the terraforming. So all I have to do is press G, and it just switches. There's no more putting stuff in hotbars. No more pressing certain buttons. Well, all I do is press G, and I cycle through the different modes. So this is my gun mode, this is my mining mode, and this is the terraforming mode, which you remember we were talking about underground treasures. There's an underground treasure somewhere. I can't see it, but there was an underground treasure which you use a terraforming tool to get to, and you can dig basically to what they consider the cores. Basically, I'd say 20-30 feet underground, but it depends, because on this planet, like, the ground floor is over there, and then this is a mountain, so we can probably cut all the way through this mountain if we wanted to. We can cut all the way through. Just go like this. Nope. Oh, but that's my settlement. I can't do it through my settlement, but I can cut through this way if I wanted to, and just cut a hole from here all the way to the opposite side. Nothing stopping me. So let me go mine this. As you can see, mine it, and it tells you I'm going to get carbon and oxygen from mining this Grutagruum. So that is there's just so much to this game. It's hard. Like I was showing my friend Jag this game, and I probably didn't do a good job explaining it. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job right now. There's just so much to do in this game now. That's, I guess, one of the drawbacks. It can be overwhelming for a new player, and I will make a guide on things you can do, what are the goals of the game, type of thing. But let me show you one of the other things. This is one of the daily things I do. I go to my settlement, I check to see if everyone's okay, check to see if there is an objective, and I come to pick up their production. So it conveniently has a built-in teleporter. And now I'm going to go to one of the other things I do on a daily basis. I have a freighter fleet. So I have a fleet of ships that I send off to do missions. So I've renamed it to the SV Triton. I can rename my settlement to something else if I wanted, but I like Zenope Ford. So I'm going to go to my freighter. This is in a this is in a totally different system. I actually moved my freighter recently to the system that is currently in, because I wanted something from it. So let me show you. Escape. And then, so one of the planets here, it has Remming G36. It has salvageable scrap. So this is a unique feature of the planet. Not rare, but it's something that I want. And it basically has underground treasures, salvageable scrap, where when you salvage it, it gives you pieces for what's called a Corvette. So we have our Starship, which haven't showed you yet. We'll do it in a second, but you have different types of ships in this game. You have your own Starship, which is a one-man pilotable ship with limited cargo. you have then the opposite, which is the freighter, which is this thing that we're on, which I'll show you what it looks like. So it's basically like a, what's this called from Star Wars? Star Destroyer? So yes, a Star Destroyer looking type of thing. And this is the opposite in the sense that this is a non-pilotable base. It's a floating base. It's a floating base that you can't pilot, but you can tell, hey, I want you to teleport or warp to this place, but you don't pilot it, you don't shoot it. I think it can come under attack, but you just teleport to it and then fly out and defeat the pirates usually. As you can see, you can equip different things, modules to it. This is its cargo, which it technically isn't a lot. It's only a B class freighter, so it's not the best freighter, but it does have a ton of storage in it. So what are we doing? We are going to check. So last night when I last played this, I sent the freighter fleet on a mission. So we're going to debrief and see how they did. Fleet command online. Calibrating to fleet commander. Sure. So let's debrief. So let's see what they did. So they covered 984 light years. Log entry 235. Deployed matter dredge in the system. Harvested 600 tons of usable stellar matter. So we got a salvage frigate module. Nice. That's for upgrades. Ground crew attacked by swarm of flesh-eating insects while looking for minerals on planet Aspers. Insect samples lodged inside crew members. Samples scanned for data. So we earned money, 400,000 actually. Salvage crews began operation on planet Mayazan Yoka. Hole cut in crashed freighter hull. Crew surprised by release of vacuum, and it's going a little bit too fast. Once atmosphere stabilized, stripped hull for valuable metals, but we didn't really earn anything. Second last entry, purchasing supplies on planet Ona Prime. Merchant proved to be criminal and turned hostile. Internal security responded quickly and neutralized the situation. Merchant rendered unconscious and handed over to station authorities, earning us another 300,000. And then they returned home. So there we go. So, oh, what's this? They also found a lost artifact. So this is something, let's see, so it's showing us all the stuff that we earned on the top right. As you can see, we earned 700,000 just sending them out on a mission. So as you can see, I'm pretty rich myself. I have 48 million, but this is paltry compared to players that play, like I used to play this every day, but now I'm playing Borderlands, as you can see from my content. But 48 million is paltry. You can have hundreds of millions. I bet there are people that have billions of units in this game. But units is the main currency. Nanites was that currency I was telling you about that you earn, and this is used primarily for unlocking blueprints, but you could also use it to purchase other things like upgrades. Quicksilver is something you earn in the game, usually from special missions, and this is used to unlock cosmetics for the game. Okay, so let's see. So I got myself a cargo bulkhead upgrade. So that looks like an inventory upgrade. Let's take a look at the freighter. So the freighter has my lost artifact, and this lost artifact that they found worth $800,000. And that's pretty amazing. I could go sell that if I want to. So let's see. So as you can see, and at this point, in the freighter, I can, I can customize my freighter's usable area. So let me, you know what? Let's just show it off this way. Edit placed parts, and then I'm going to go into toggle camera mode, and then I'm going to move up a little bit. There we go. So this is my freighter, huge as you can see. There's an area that there's an area near the bridge that you can customize and build out. So basically, this whole area that you see all over there, you can make into usable area. Like I said, this is a floating base. So I've only used it for a bit. Let me see if I can get out of this screen. I'm going to go back into third person view, and I'll just show you what I have here. I just have the debriefing station right in front, the teleporter, so I can go from really anywhere from here. I have my storage containers that I have. One of my favorite things about this game is that linked storage. So I have a base, which we'll go to next, but on the planet I have 2 storage containers holding most of my inventory, and is linked with my freighter, and I could have it, and it is linked with my Corvette as well. So and then sorry, that was the third thing. That was the third type of starship or thing that you can fly. We have starships, the individual small storage, basically fighter, and then you have the freighter, which is the non-pilotable base, and then you have the in-between, the new thing that I think they added maybe a month or 2 ago, Corvettes, where you can fully create your own starship. But it's not just a starship. It is also a base as well. So it's the in between the starship and the freighter. So you can pilot it, you can fight with it, you can travel to other planets with it, but it also, you can customize it so that it has its own storage. So once again, linked storage. I have 2 linked storage here. I have a planetary probe, so I no longer have to. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Hello. So usually when you're in space, you have to manually get close enough to a planet to scan it to see what the planet's about. I have that planetary probe where all I have to do is press a button, and now it scans everything for me. So as you can see, we had Remming G36, which I picked it for the salvageable scrap, which once again, I'm talking about so many different things, but the salvageable scrap is the what's it called? Is the underground treasures, where when you get the treasures, it gets you pieces to Corvettes. So we just scanned this one. This one has ancient bones, which is, if you like archaeology, this will be totally up your alley, because once again, you go digging for treasure, you'll get random assortment of bones, which you can then either just sell or trade them, or you can put them together. You can create your own exhibits, which you can place, I believe, in any of your bases, your planetary bases, or even your freighter, possibly even the Corvette. But I don't know how you're going to have room for that. So that's that. And as you can see, there's lots of different things about the planet too. It has fungal mold, a specific type of plant. It has 3 different types of minerals: copper, ammonia, salt, and it has high sentinel activity. So that means that you're going to find a lot of those Cylons all over the place, and there are ways to avoid them, but if you want just a peaceful experience, you don't want to go to a planet with high sentinel activity. And finally, we have a boiling planet. So it doesn't seem to have anything special like ancient bones or salvageable scrap, but it also doesn't have any sentinels. It does have selenium, copper, phosphorus, and salt. So all different resources that you need for different crafting. So let's quickly go through. As you can see here, different parts of the freighter. I don't really want to go and discuss any of that. It's just extra stuff. I don't really use it. I have a lot of things being processed right now. This is the bridge. Let's go send these people off to another mission. Hello, Captain Friend. Joyous day for the fleet. I have charted new expedition routes. Okay, so as you can see, 5 different types of expeditions we can send them on. We're looking at the difficulty rating. We're looking at how far it is, because we do have to pay for fuel. It's not hard to make fuel. It's just time consuming, but not too time consuming. Nothing truly feels like a grind in this game, which I really appreciate. You know, a lot of MMOs, a lot of grinding. You know, I was watching people play Borderlands 4 yesterday on Twitch, and the guy farmed for one item, and yes, he did eventually got it, but he had to try 56 times doing the same thing. It's like mind-numbing. Just I would prefer just to play a game and enjoy myself. So maybe let's try. I'm going to try this combat patrol. Hopefully I have enough fuel to be able to afford it. So we're going to assign ships to an expedition. You can only have 5 apparently. And now it's telling you in a combat expedition you need the combat stats. So there are 4 stats to every type of freighter, which you can buy or acquire. And as you can see, I can't remember. I think this one right there, the DSV-7, is my actual flagship. The more you send frigates out on missions, they'll actually gain classes, and they should become stronger. But we're looking for guys with high combat, so we're going to go with this guy here, the CS6 Koga. We're going to select the Agonair's Talon because they have very high combat skills. I don't know what the actual minimum amount is for a 3-star, so I'm going to send this guy and this guy just in case. Four for a 3-star. Hopefully that's enough. So we'll do that. We can equip modules that will help improve the expedition, but I don't have any available to me right now, and I need 600 tons of fuel, so I can't afford it. I can't afford it. So let's pick a closer one. We'll just do the easier industrial expedition. As you can see, it actually only takes it takes less time too, so some take longer than others. That's real time as well. So basically a whole day that they'll be gone. So this is an industrial one, so we'll send just 2 ships. You know what, I'm gonna send some guys. I wonder if I should send my other guys just so that they can get some experience. We can do that. Okay, so I'll send my main flagship plus 3 frigates or three smaller freighters to hopefully give them more experience, get them higher. So let's go launch the expedition, and that's that. You know, in 4 hours time, real time, I can come back and go to the other room, and we can go and what's it called? We can go collect our rewards. Here's my hangar to my freighter. It's housing all of the ships that I currently have. The one in the far, let me see if I can change there. Right over there, that is the starting ship that you start off with, but you can find and accumulate a massive fleet of your own personal ships. Just like how people collect cars, you can collect starships. So I have that one just for nostalgia. This one is actually holding extra starship materials. This is a new ship I found. This is an A-class ship, beautiful color, and it's kind of like a Cylon ship. It's an interceptor, so very quick ship. And I'll be replacing my current ship over there. That's a B-class interceptor that I found. It's a special way to find it, which there's many videos on it. If you want to specifically see a video from me on how to obtain an interceptor in No Man's Sky, please leave a comment, because otherwise there are a few videos out there. They're not, to be honest, very good and very long-winded, so I think I could do better. Oh, this is one of my squadron mates. Squadron mates will be in there too, and this is something I really like. This is my solar sail ship. So let me show you. It's still damaged. It's still damaged, and I haven't spent the resources to fix it. And it's more about time rather than, as you can see, I have to repair all these different parts to make use of it. But that's what it looks like when it's flying. It has the nice solar sails. It's only B class though, and my ship is already only B class. And like I said, the new ship I got is an A class. So, and obviously the highest class is S. So I prefer to get an S class if I'm going to invest time in it. So I don't want to pilot a ship that's broken, so I'm going to go over here. We're going to take a look at Munin. That's the name of my ship. Go back into third-person view, and let's go fly. Show you a bit of space and space combat, maybe, if we can find, if we're lucky enough to find any. There we go. There is a space station very close by. If I want to sell, oh, there's some freighters over there. Look, a lot of freighters jumping in. So, yep, those freighters. Oh, no. Sometimes you'll find freighters under attack by pirates, and if you help them, you can add freighters to your fleet. But we can also add them this way too. So I'm going to press and hold, and I'm going to get a little closer. I'm going to select this one actually. Press and hold E. Get closer, and then they'll contact me. Incoming message right here. Friend, you have a fine fleet, yes? I think it would be finer to have one more starship. So we can inspect the frigate. He's offering basically to join our team. He's a C class. He has 2 bonuses to exploration double exploration. So he's very good at exploring. The thing is, what I'd like to know off top, like from this screen, I want to know what the rest of my fleet has, because I haven't memorized my fleet. I know that we're good at combat and industry. I don't know if we're good at trade or exploration. So this would be a very good explorer, though. It's a Gek crew. There are technically, I think, 3-ish types of... There's 3 factions, meaning 3 different races. But you could be technically a 4th, which is humanish. And as you can see, if I want to add this guy to my fleet, is $1.5 million, which at the beginning of the game seems like an impossible amount, but I have 48 million, so this is nothing. But a C-class frigate doesn't impress me. Where did the rest of them go? Let's see. So there's the main frigate. There's a recruitable frigate, so let's talk to them. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's inspect this one. This one is another exploration. I think this is a different one. This is a different one. 1.5 million, C class, good in exploring. Attractive crew. Hey, no thanks. I'm not interested. So that's frigates, and I can go to any planet. So maybe we'll go to this planet. Being that there's no pirates attacking me right now. And you can do this in any system on any planet you find. You can scan it, and if it interests you, or even if it doesn't interest you, you can go to the planet's surface like I am right now, and we can go explore, see what's about. I'm going to level off a little bit so I don't crash into the planet. But while just like the exosuit and the mining multi-tool, how we have to kind of refuel it, same thing with the Starship. So Starship has the sublight drives, which requires tritium to refuel. I have a lot, so I'm just going to refuel it. Multiple ways to refuel it. What else? My anti-grav well. My Crimson Core is getting low, but I don't want to spend a whole warp core on it yet. You can equip multiple weapons. I only have 2 different weapons. What's called a infra knife, which is it's like a Gatling, a laser Gatling. I also have a missile, which it has a bit of tracking, and it's good in combat. So here we are. We're on the planet's surface. If you can slow down to kind of see, because there's so much on the screen, it's hard for everything to render. So sometimes you need to go a little bit slower if you want to see if there's special point of interest for you. So I'm going to scan the planet, and doesn't seem like anything. Doesn't seem like anything here, but you know what? Let's land. Okay, so we're on the planet. I'm going to scan, pressing the C button, and it shows me all the different types of resources around me. Oxygen, hydrogen or dihydrogen, sodium, crystals, and then I can bring up my visor to bring up more information, lots of information. So over here, salvaged container. So we're talking about the salvaged scrap. That's very important. That red thing is those sentinels, which we want to kind of avoid. And as you can see here, I'm trying to scan those animals. There we go. So you need to put the cursor on the thing for a few seconds, and you scan it. And once you're done scanning, you earn some credits, some money. So did I scan that animal? So since I've been on this planet, I've scanned quite a few things. So we can scan it. When you scan it, it tells you a lot of stuff you don't really care about, but what I'm looking for is the primary element. The primary element tells me if I use my mining laser on it, what I'll get from it. So let's head towards, let's do a quick thing, and we're going to travel. And one thing that I can't show, well, not can't, but won't. One thing I won't show you today is exocraft. So you got starships, you got bases, you got freighters, you got corvettes, but something that I'll show you at my base at least is you have exocraft as well, something that really wasn't available to you, I think, when the game first released. Exocraft are various vehicles, planetary vehicles, to get around the planet. You're going to have kind of like the standard 4x4. You're going to have a massive tractor trailer, I guess you can say. There are water-based ones. There are hovercraft. And as you can see, on each planet, there's all sorts of various treasure scattered about. So I'm just opening it up, and on the top right is telling me what I'm earning. So I'm just going quick. There is a day and night cycle to every planet, obviously. So it's becoming kind of nighttime-ish. And there is a salvage container over there. There's also this thing over here too. This is a damaged machinery. So I'm going to come up to the damaged machinery, and I'm going to take the facium. I can either destroy the thing blocking it, or I can just put it into my exosuit. And it opens up. And then it's going to give me some random reward, which is nanites. Once again, the thing used for what's it called? It's the type of currency. And here we are. This is why we use the terraforming multi-tool, so that we can see what's under. We can just basically unearth this salvage container. Basically, what we do is we then switch to the miner. We break it apart, and as you can see, we're earning things. I'll show you what it is. So as you can see here, we've earned 3 Corvette parts, 3 individual randomized parts. So basically we got a thruster, we got an external plating, 2 external platings that kind of look similar, but they're not. They're not exactly the same. So we can go back to a space station, and we can put together a Corvette, or I can even summon my Corvette if I want to. And why don't we do that? Yoo-hoo, Corvettes. Is there enough room? This is my Corvette. Welcome, the Void Raven. So this is a ship I fully designed on my own. Most starships you'll encounter are pre-designed, but you can get parts to create your own as well, to a certain degree. Oh crap, I need to jump up. And this ship is so big. This ship is so big, as you can see, it takes up a lot of room. So as you can see, remember what we talked about. The Corvette is the in-between a freighter and a starship. So it has storage containers right here. It has access to storage. I have some growing areas right here, which I haven't invested time on. You'll see my base. The last thing we'll do, we'll go to my base, and you'll see I have a huge farm. So that's why I don't use the farm on my Corvette. Also, I don't like my Corvette in the sense that I feel like it's too fat. It's too fat, and it's kind of slow. So, but and I've made it only one floor, one level. But if I made it taller, I can go up different levels. But this is my Corvette. I have a place where I can cook food right here. Can I access my ingredient storage? I can access it from here. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna quick transfer some stuff over. And there's a huge, if you love crafting, or sorry, if you like cooking, this game is for you. There is so many recipes in this game. It's a crazy what you can do in terms of cooking in this game. Let's just explore a little bit more of my ship. I have a very small area for the, I guess, my captain's quarters. It gets a little tight when you put I guess crafting stations and stuff in it. But as you can see, I can go into here. I can take off. Now the question is, on this starship, do I have a... I don't have a cargo scan jammer. So that is important because I do have some... what's it called, contraband on me, forged passports, and I don't want to get scanned and have it taken away from me. But let's maybe just fly around. It feels... Oh no! Oh no! I'm getting scanned! Oh no, 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 no! As soon as I said it, I got scanned. Oh my god. So apparently, as soon as you take off, you have the chance of getting scanned. And ooh, okay. So yeah. So I had contraband on me, and basically, as soon as you take off, you are subject to getting scanned. And if you get scanned and caught, then they're gonna either become hostile, I think, or they're going to make you give up your contraband. And I'm not giving up my forged passports because I actually use that for when I go to pirate stations. You could become a pirate in this game. So you go be a pirate, and you can go prey on trader ships, and what's it called? You can buy contraband and sell it at legit stations for a huge profit. Huge profit. But you want to make sure you have a contraband jammer, which I have right here, cargo scan deflector. So if I get scanned, I can turn this on, and it prevents people from scanning and saying, hey, you have contraband on your ship. Same thing with pirates too. They'll scan you. You can jam them so that they don't think that you carry anything and they won't attack you. Okay, so that's that. Let's take off. Take straight off. Stupid space station. Let's show you the space station. That'll be the second last thing I do today. And we're going to go use our jump drives to maneuver faster. That requires a specific type of fuel. Not very hard to acquire. And here's the space station. Here we go. There is multiplayer to this game, which is really cool. Okay, so we're on the space station. There's a few different things you can do, including missions. You can pick up missions here. So as you can see, you just speak to the mission agent, and he has 5 different types of missions available. Some as easy as kill 11 creatures anywhere, really, and you get some standing. You get this reward, or you scan creatures, usually at a specific place. You get 2 standing, multi-tool expansion slot. Raid a planetary depot. We get salvage data, which is a resource or a currency used to unlock blueprints. But we're not unlocking or getting any missions right now. Although I could, you know, I haven't seen a limit to the amount of missions you can pick up, secondary missions. So just pick up a ton and just complete them. And No Man's Sky does such a great job in quality of life things. So have you played a game where you pick up a mission one place, you complete it, and then you have to go back to that mission giver? And one thing I didn't show you, which I have to show you, is the galaxy. So let me just get out first. And not in No Man's Sky. You complete a mission, you go back to any space, you go back to any station, and then you can hand in your missions to them. So that's that. Let me show you the galaxy. So this is where we are. I like to call it Osaka, but it's not that. Is it Osaka's? Osaka's 11, I think. And this is the galaxy. This is the galaxy. Every single star you see, you can visit in this game. Look at this. It just goes. There's this endless space, endless exploration, and there are wormholes that can take you much further away than from where you are. But once again, huge, absolutely huge universe. I'm gonna try to go into my freighter. Yeah, I'm gonna go into my freighter. I think I'm upside down, and I'm going to take the teleporter to my settlement, or to my actual base. So sorry, back talking about this. The space station, there's a mission giver, there are guild places that you can hand in findings for them, collect things from them. There is the Starship vendors, multi-tool vendors, upgrade vendors, all sorts of things. But the thing we're doing right now is we are taking the teleporter, which we could have teleported from the space station as well, but I prefer using my freighter because I spent time to make this. And we're going to go back to one of my 5 bases. I believe you can have 5 bases anywhere in the galaxy. So this is called New Haven. This is somewhere in the galaxy. I don't know where. I've actually explored at least 20 or 20 plus systems. I feel like a lot more. And This is one of the start, like when I was following the main storyline, this is where I made my base. But as you found out today, there's many different ways to deal with storage. So let me get out of my base first so you can get an idea of what it looks like. Probably better if I just go. Of course it's nighttime, so it's a little hard to show you. And let's see. Let's say do a save beacon, and let's toggle camera. There we go. There we go. A little bit hard to see, but as you can see, I have my spaceship platform right there. All my exocraft jammed into one area. I don't use exocraft, but they actually make for good extra storage. And basically, as you can see here, it is a technically staggered 3-story building. Technically, well, in terms of levels. So I have a way to go up, because all the way at the top I have a secondary, what's that called? I have a secondary launch pad right there as well. And I forgot to fill in, I forgot to fill in this spot here. So I need to put in, I was planning on putting glass windows because I was working on making solar panels for my batteries, which would power my farm. So let me just get out of this. Okay, let's go inside. So I've showed you that. As you can see, there's my storage containers right there. Once again, it's linked with my freighter, which I love. And then I have some refiners right here. So there are things in the game that you can break down and maybe combine to make more refined items. I'm not really going to do that right now, but you know, you can refine items up to 3 items if you have a large refiner like this one over here. As you can see, I can have 3 different inputs to output something, but I haven't really needed to do that yet. Another really cool thing about No Man's Sky, which I like, quality of life thing that a lot of games don't seem to have, is a galactic trade terminal. This is basically a vendor inside of your base, and I have it in, I don't have it in my Corvette or freighter, but it's pretty easy to find vendors. And the great thing is, vendors it doesn't cost a lot really to buy things. There are price fluctuations. Some might cost less, like this, significantly less. Some things might cost more, like the copper, it's 4% more. A lot of the game is, you know, to save you time, just buy it instead. You know, if I buy 150 copper, it costs me 8,000 bucks, pennies. And then you can sell. Once again, the vendor doesn't have any limit to the money, so you can sell everything if you want. You don't have to find various vendors that has money, which I absolutely love. Okay, so this is my cooking station, and basically you put inputs in, it outputs stuff for you. Food has various impacts in the game, basically providing you a passive buff. You don't have to eat if you don't want to. This is floor 1 of my farm. As you can see, we have a variety of things being farmed. Not a requirement. You don't have to farm if you don't want to, but it's very easy to farm. Basically, you just power it, and that's my one gripe is that the power lines in this game makes it very ugly. I wish I could just power, like, quote unquote, power the building, and then, you know, put these things, like, plug these things into outlets, or just, as long as it's inside the base, it's powered, you know, that I don't have to do complicated wiring. So anyways, you don't have to farm is basically what I'm saying. You can go to any planet, or not any planet. You go to specific planets to get specific types of these things, and I think everything has a purpose. So like the gut rot flower will give me facium. Facium typically is used for cooking, sometimes a little bit of gardening as well. I've been growing something else. These are my NPCs. Those NPCs were part of a secondary mission where they give you missions, and it teaches you how to play the game, but they also give you blueprints as rewards, and it just opens up more and more things to do. I have a floor over here with my own teleporter. Once again, lots of quality of life things. I have antimatter reactors where if I feed it, what's it called? If I charge it with carbon, it'll produce antimatter for me. Antimatter is used to power ships. As you can see there, I played around with doing my archaeology, and I put together three different skeletons, totally from the bones that I found. And as you saw, I have a specific container just for bones, but I haven't done a lot of archaeology. It is a way to make money, though. You can make half decent money from just archaeology. As you can see here is the other floor of farming stuff, and I've been farming the frostwort. Once again, it's not powered though, so I'm gonna have to take a look to see why it's not powered properly. Let me just actually take a look. You know what? I'm thinking there's not enough solar panels, so maybe I need to make another solar panel. So this is the crafting screen. So solar panel, I need 1 metal plating. Okay. So how do you craft in this game? Usually just from your exosuit. So I just click on an open slot, I select metal plating. Although, one thing I would like to see is crafting from containers. All these quality of life things that No Man's Sky has, why do we not have crafting from containers? So I have metal plating in this container right here, number 0, but I can't seem to craft from it. So which kind of sucks. Anyways, I digress. So let's now make a so I made the metal plating. I can craft more. I don't have to keep selecting metal plating like this. I can actually just put my cursor on it and just press E, and it will keep crafting more. Let's see. Let's get up higher. There's high gravity on this planet. Some planet thing has weaker gravities, so it's easier to get vertical lift. So let's go ahead and make another solar panel. There we go. And hopefully this is enough. Let's see, Z, and then I need electrical wiring, and we're gonna go here, and I hope that works. I hope by connecting this solar panel to this solar panel, which is connected to the battery, you would think that it would give all the battery to this one over here, and then it power these hydroponics. So it's hydroponics. There's no actual farming on the Earth outside. But looks like it's becoming daytime soon. It's getting a little brighter in here. So is that it? So that's my base. So pretty simple. Like I started a big farm, but I realized, other than frostwort, which you kind of need for making glass, I don't need all these resources. That's why I haven't been picking it up. So yeah, that is No Man's Sky. I hope I gave you guys a good idea of the game. Like, as you can see, there's a ton of things you can do. Like, I haven't really even played. I just showed you guys the game. I didn't really truly play, but like I can look, and you could also, there's animal husbandry to get distracted. So I make food for the animals, and of course power it properly. I might need to actually go back to the biofuel reactor, which isn't hard to fuel. It's just I found it was inconvenient that you have to refuel it from time to time, and it does run out of power as the game is off. So, but I think when it's fully fueled, you can have 2 days. It'll run for 2 days before you have to refuel it. It takes literal seconds to be able to fuel it to full. All I have to do basically is mine this thing right here. I mined that, and I got 114 carbon. That's all I needed to refuel a biofuel generator, which will last for basically 2 days. But basically, I power this automatic feeder. It'll feed the nearby animals, and there's even a livestock unit. This automatically harvests the harvest things from these animals. So this deer-like animal will give us wild milk. Normally, if you don't have this machine, once you feed them and they become friendly to you, you can go milk them manually. But this livestock unit will automatically do it for you. So tons and tons of quality of life things, which is why I love the game, which is hopefully why I'll bring out some actual guides and maybe some actual real gameplay. But today, I guess, was about just showing you the game, what I like about it. But I think we're going to stop right there. Thanks so much for joining me today. This is No Man's Sky. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the game. Maybe things that I didn't get to show you that you'd like to see. And whether you're playing it. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on No Man's Sky, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.